All right. Next up, next model. So this is Joker. You guys, this is my fastest car at the moment. It's not my fastest car to date, by the way. I started off speed running many years ago and then moved to building and bashing and crawlers and other things before I started the channel. But I had a Rustler 2-wheel drive with a Castle 6S system that went just over 100 miles an hour before vaporizing into one of the trees on my driveway. But anyway, that's by the by. This is my fastest car. On video, I have 112 miles an hour. It's done 115 in testing. And I just really feel to take it to the next level. I've now passed that 100 mile an hour mark with this car and the Hebeo, and as you know, I've been working out the right ESCs, the right electronics. It seems that the Max 6 and 5s that I have won't provide enough amperage, or they trip out, so I'm back to Castle Creations with the Hebeo. And this will be a Castle Creations 8S new ESC system. I'm working together with various UK guys to help develop this speed industry and aftermarket parts and all that kind of stuff. So I've got these Peak Eater new cat packs to test from Bad Touch Breakers, Adrian at Bad Touch Breakers. He's got these new cat packs. They're not for general release yet. I'm going to test them and see how they run on 8S. This is an 8 to 12S cat pack. It's a very large cat pack, I have to say, long-wise. There's plenty of caps in it and it looks to be made very well. They're from Germany. We tend to like German products. They're normally made pretty well. So basically trying to make Joker lighter and faster. So to do that, we're doing various things. Take the body off. You guys have seen the body before. I'm going to be making my own spar out of carbon fibre, but I have seen that Scorched RC Parts have started to do them, although they've sold out of this one, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that as a part, a carbon fibre spar. It'll be lighter than this. That's quite weighty. I mean, I'm feeling that now. That's a decent bit of weight there. So when they get those in at Scorched again, I will have one of those. I'm running, this is a brand new TP 4070 motor. I'm running at 2400 kV, special wind 8S capable beast. This will scream. It's got an 8mm shaft, and so I can run my big pinions. I should say they're spool gears from Arrma that I'm using as pinions. This isn't necessarily the setup that I'm going to use. I've just whacked it on there for now just to see how things line up. So centre diff wise is a PPS top plate, PPS front plate, Arrma spool. Talked about the motor, GPS front and rear alloy chassis braces at 8mm shafts. And then on this side is where everything's changing. For a start, you guys saw my carbon fibre side dams that I made. They have actually got decent ridges at the side to hold the body in, and I'm super stoked with those. They have gone really, really well. On this side of the car, I've made this carbon fibre plate, and I know everyone will go, oh yeah, that's real easy. It's not actually. I don't find it easy. Cutting carbon fibre is very dirty stuff, and you have to work quite hard to get a nice finish. With a belt sander or files, and it's really messy job. So for those people who cut a lot of carbon fibre, I feel your pain. Basically, I'm making my own standoffs. This will go in and run down the whole of this side of the car, like so, and it will provide a huge plate for either mounting. I'm not sure how I'm going to mount it up, but I think my Castle Creations ESC will go at the back. My cap pack will run down the side of the batteries, and my 2-pack battery packs will run up here, or I might have the cap pack over where I have had it before on this side next to the motor, as long as it doesn't impinge on the motor NTF fans that I'm going to use in here, which I just stick a little 3S LiPo at the back there. I'm running a Savox 1210, and the Savox 1210 servos have been running really cool, really good for me at speed. They seem to work well with the gyros, so I'm as usual very pleased with that servo. I'm running scorched RC parts, front and rear titanium shock towers. Just checking that they're not bent. They shouldn't be. I'd be surprised. I have crashed this car. Custom RC upgrades, front carbon fibre splitter. Custom RC upgrades, custom printed chassis dams at the front. Trying to think of more things. I've got a standard top plate. Maybe I'll change that out for a carbon fibre one. I think I probably will. And I've got a standard, no I haven't, I've got a red alloy rear hinge pin here. Where it's from, I genuinely have no idea. Custom RC upgrades, 0-degree hinge pin at the back, and custom RC upgrades, rear suspension hangers. Custom RC upgrades, suspension hangers, as far as I'm concerned, are the best that is available. There isn't anything better. If you break one, good on you. I don't know how you would, but if you break one, unlike M2C's new offering, which is also obviously fairly good, you don't have to replace both. These are from Lee at Custom RC Upgrades as well. They are alloy 7075 body posts. I'm running normal hoons, which hook up very well. I've been really impressed with the hoons. The only issue I have with hoons is that you do need to balance them. They take a little bit of balancing, unlike the foams, which come very, very close to perfectly balanced. And they're not as true as the foams, and the foams are really true. That's why I'm trying to find a way to use foams, because they're lighter, they're truer, they need less balancing. But I have to say, so far hoons are hooking up for me on my surface. What I do after I run with hoons, or every 3 runs or so, I resurface them. So I just get a bit of 80 grit sandpaper, I stick some batteries in them, I stick them on a stand like this, I have a little bit of go, and I just on each wheel, being very careful of course to watch out for any moving spur gears and hands and fingers and stuff. That would be bad. Again, it's 80/80 in the diff oils, and I'm still running Traxxas E-Revo front and rear shocks because they're brilliant. They are working brilliantly in this car. All you need to do is a little bit of shaving on the A-arms to fit the lower ball joints in, but that's it. They fit on perfectly at the top. They just go on with the standard Arrma standoffs and plastic protectors. So that's a success story. I'm also running an E-Tronics gyro in here, which is actually a bit better than the more expensive Sky RC gyros that I'm using, to be fair, I found anyway. Apart from that, you know, it's a stock chassis, the Arrma chassis, pig iron chassis I hate. I think they're awful, but anyway, no one's come up with a decent alternative to this chassis where you can bolt on all the other bits as nicely as this chassis. I wish someone would in 7075 or carbon fibre, but they haven't, which is a shame. Speaking of chassis, I'm working very closely with Lee at Custom RC Upgrades. He will be doing a full set of new upgrades that we have been discussing. They will be upgrades across the board, right from Creighton AS platforms, all the way through to a whole new line of speed, carbon fiber speed parts. They will be very cool. I'm going to be testing some prototypes in the near future. I don't know how much I can say, so I won't say too much, but there'll be some pretty cool chassis, CVDs, all sorts of good stuff in titanium, carbon fiber, all sorts coming from Lee at Custom RC Upgrades. So if you want to know more about that, you can give him a shout and he can decide how much he's going to let you know. But there is some really cool stuff happening with that supplier, and Lee is, you know, a top flight bloke as well, and as is Adrian, as is Scorched RC Parts. Between those three, Bad Touch Breakers, Custom RC Upgrades and Scorched RC Parts, really, you know, that's kind of all we've got mostly in the UK, but they're pretty, you know, between them they do some really great products. I've got one more thing to show you. Again, it's a pretty wacky classic unrooted RC body. It's titanium gold at the front, no flake. At the back is tons of silver flake with copper over the top, and it's going to be called the Ghost. It's the Ghost body. It's really so I can see the car a bit better than I can see it currently, and I'm waiting on a GT wing from Lee at the back here, but I'm pretty pleased. I think once it's on the car and I put a few decals on it, I'm going to enjoy running this body. This is a different body. This is the Toyota body that you can get for 1/7 from Delta Plastics, and this is the Jaguar body. So they are slightly different. You can't see that at all. They are slightly different. I've been running this Jaguar body without a rear wing, which is super fast. However, any bumps at all, you're getting a lot of donkey kick at the rear end, and this flies through the air. It's probably flying, I don't know, 2 meters plus at 112 miles an hour plus, like that through the air, and landing back down on all four when it goes down one of the sides of my driveway. So I am going to add a GT wing to it. I can fit a GT wing on either of these rear ends. So I got one of those coming from Lee at Custom RC Upgrades when he gets a moment to cut some, because he is flat out like a lizard drinking at the moment. I'm pleased with the body. I've managed to get the body, this body lower than the Joker body over the wheel arches. So I'm pretty stoked with that. It's quite low in the rear end. It might do some scraping, so we'll have to watch that. But overall, I'm pleased with the way it's come out. I'm doing a little less effort on the paint jobs because I keep crashing these cars, and the Hebeo car took a nasty crash 2 days ago, but I'll run you through that when I get that on the stand in a second. But anyway, that is the GT build upgrade, all new electronics basically, new carbon fiber parts, new layouts, everything, all change. So up to 115 mile an hour, all change, now looking for 120, 130, possibly 140. I've also found the road outside my place is where I can, is flat and straight enough to run. Again, just getting the cars to a level where I'm fairly confident they're going to go in a straight line fast before I start changing the road. But I'm pretty sure, as I've always said, if I can run that fast on my 3.5 meter wide track of a driveway, I should be able to run a little bit faster on a flat, wider road. Anyway, we'll find out. That is it for the GT build. Peace.